20 celeb couples who fell in love at first sight. Number 1. Idris Elba and Sabrina Dow. I have been married before and I famously said I wouldn't get married again, but I met someone that opened me up. Elba said of his new wife on The View. It was love at first sight, Elba added. I went out on my only day off. True story, it was a Sunday night. I went to this party and there she was. The rest is history. As for what makes Doe the one, Elba told people they have good chemistry. She makes me laugh and we share common goals. She makes me happy, he said. She makes me celebrate my successes, and when I'm not too sure about stuff, she makes me think. Number 2. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. The actor knew from the moment he laid eyes on Zeta-Jones that she was the one and had an interesting way of breaking the news to her. I looked at her and I said, Catherine, I am going to be the father of your children. Douglas said, according to the Hollywood Reporter. The first time I met her, you think that went over big? Apparently, the over-the-top comment didn't scare her away because the two have been married for 20 years and share 2 children, Sundalan and daughter Cyrus. Number 3. Natalie Putman and Benjamin Milby. Pullman recounted first laying eyes on her choreographer and now husband during a 2018 Watch What Happens live appearance. Milby, who met Pullman while working on Black Swan, made an otherwise embarrassing parking mistake that ended up endearing him to the actress. Pretty close, she told host Andy Cohen when asked if she was love at first sight. He parked backwards on the street like I saw him. We were on a first-floor studio and the park like the wrong direction and I was like, okay, that fits. Number 4. Gary Prinsloo and Adam Levine. On Watch What Happens Live, the model revealed that she first got in touch with Maroon 5 frontman while he was searching for someone to star in a music video. He got my information through a mutual friend, she told host Andy. He was trying to get a girl for a music video. I couldn't do it, but we started emailing. It was like weeks and weeks, and then finally I went to LA for a job and we met. And it was honestly less awkward. We felt like we knew each other. It was kind of love at first sight because we had that constant back and forth. Number 5. Emily Blunt and John Kerensky. The couple, who co-starred in a film A Quiet Place, where Kerensky also directed, knew disarmingly soon that they were meant for each other. Blunt was out to lunch with a friend, chatting about how much she was enjoying the single life when her future husband walked in. That was it. She told people, we were engaged within 10 months, but I think we probably knew before that. Number 6. Juan Yosef and Ricky Martin. When Martin and his husband Juan Yosef met, it was a chase of love at first sight for both of them. I'm marrying this guy was first thought that Martin had when he met Yosef in a flesh after talking via Instagram DM for 6 months, he told Attitude magazine. Apparently, he said exactly the same thing. Martin continued, obviously, he only told me this later on. You have to keep it to yourself at first. He added, I lost my breath when I saw him. Number 7. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. While making their official debut as an engaged couple outside Kensington Palace, Harry revealed that he knew Markle was the one for him as soon as he laid eyes on her. When asked when he knew the Suits actress was going to be his future wife, Harry said with a smile, the very first time we met. Number 8. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt. Montag dedicated an Instagram post to her longtime love on their 9-year wedding anniversary, 7 weeks after welcoming their first child son, Gunstone. It was love at first sight, gushed the new mom, who met her husband while filming The Hills. I knew my life will never be the same. You are my soulmate, my heart, my soul, my best friend, my everything. We have fought through so much to be together. Number 9. Jillanga and Charles Courtney. The My so-called life star met her future husband, who she would go on to discover was the Earl of Devon, in Vegas while at bachelor party in 2002. Courtney was a lawyer visiting from Britain with his rugby team. We got eyes and smiled. The girl was nobility. The smile was all I needed, Lango told people. For his part, we instantly got on like a house on fire, said her husband, whom she wed in 2005. We went out to a nightclub. I wasn't allowed in because I was wearing a skirt. So we spent a bit of time walking around the streets and got to know each other really, really well. Number 10. Tom Ford and Rita Beckley. For the designer turned director, love at first sight was something he experienced when coming face to face with his now husband on the elevator ride almost 30 years ago. By the time that elevator landed on the ground floor, I thought, "You are the one, that it's." Flake sold, Ford said during an appearance on the Cascagel interview. It was literally love at first sight, he continues. Our eyes locked and within a month we were living together. We have been together ever since. Number 11. Ellen Degeneres and Portia de Rosie. Ellen took my breath away. De Rosie told the advocate upon meeting her now wife backstage at VH1's Big in 04 Awards. That had never happened to me in life, where I saw somebody and experienced all of those things you hear about in songs and read about in poetry. My knees were weak. Number 12. Warren Beatty and Annette Bening. It didn't really surprise me. The actor, who had once been known for his storied dating life, said during an appearance in Today, recounting his decision to get married. I always felt I was trying to avoid marriage. I was trying to avoid divorce. I had no doubt when I met Annette that it was time to get married. Number 13. Stefan and Evelyn Corbett. The late night talk show host knew instantly his wife was the one when he saw her in a theater lobby and thought, "Oh, that's your wife. You're going to marry her." The couple's love story began later near the buffet line at the show's after party. You will kick yourself for the rest of your life if you do not turn around and say hello to her. Corbett remembers saying to himself upon seeing Evelyn, who the two later discovered he had grown up with. Number 14. Matthew and Camila Elvis. Although the Oscar winner was happily single, things all changed when he set his eyes on Brazilian beauty Camila. Out of the corner of my eye, this sort of aqua green figure went floating across the frame about 20 feet in front of me. He told people of seeing Elvis for the first time a decade ago. My eye went up and I remember what came out of my mouth. I didn't say, "Who is that?" I went, "What is that?" As I was trying to get attention across the room, I went in my head, "This is not the kind of woman you call over across the room. Camila, get your ass out of your chair and go get her," which I did. As for what immediately drew the actor to Elvis, Camila was quick to respond. The self-respect she had, the way I understood her and her relationship with family, the way she respected me but never took anything for granted, not putting on any airs whatsoever. Number 15. Matt and Lucina Damon. The pair's initial encounter reads like the start of an epic love story, which Damon is more than eager to recount. I saw her across the room, and it was like there was a beam of lightning shining down on her. She was radiating joy. The actor recalled of seeing wife Barroso, who worked as a bartender at the time. I was like, I have to talk to this person. Number 16. Matt and Lauren Paul. The first night her and I hung out, we had our first kiss on the Ferris wheel. I told her that night that one day I was going to marry her. The Path actor told people in 2013 they wed. Number 17. George and Emma Cloney. I knew when I met her that she was super extraordinary. The Oscar winner shared of the human rights lawyer, whom he would go on to marry in 2013. I wondered if I would ever get a chance to date her. We were friends for a while and luckily she said yes. Number 18. David and Victoria Beckham. The soccer star knew Victoria was the one before even meeting her in person. While watching a Spice Girls music video on TV, Beckham proclaimed to Paul, "See the girl in the dark short dress? I'm going to marry her." The designer echoed her hubby's statement, completely love at first sight. He told me he went home and wrote my telephone number on so many other things in case he lost it. Number 19. Tom Brady and Gizzle. I knew Tom was the one straight away. Gizzle told Vogue UK in 2015, "I could see it in his eyes that he was a man with integrity who believes in the same things I do." Number 20. Jessica Alba and Cash Warren. When you know, Alba was completely smitten with Warren from the very start and just had to share her feelings. Right away I called my best friend and was like, "I met this guy and I feel like I've known him forever. I'm going to know him for the rest of my life," the actress told Cosmopolitan in 2010.